Abraham and his nephew Lot went traveling because God told them to get away from their people into a land that he would show them. And Lot's father was dead, and so Abraham had no son, so there was a very strong affection between them, you can be sure. But as they were traveling along, God blessed them both so much, and they both got so rich that they just had so much cattle they couldn't stay together because their herdsmen were fighting over the cattle. And Abraham said, "Oh, we must not fight over cattle. You and I will have to separate." And so he told Lot that whichever way he would take, then he would take the opposite. So Lot looked and he saw the well-watered valley of the Jordan. And he thought that looked pretty good. Everything was green and well-watered everywhere. And so he decided to take the best looking. Now right here, folks, I want to give you a warning. Don't judge on just the outward appearance alone. Man looks on the outward appearance, but God looks upon the heart. And so they separated, and Lot went to the city of Sodom. Now Sodom was a very wicked city, but Lot sat in the gate. It means he had a place of authority, and he and his family got settled in Sodom. And one night as Lot was sitting there at the gate, there were two men who came, and he bowed low before them and he invited them to his house to have a good meal and stay overnight. Wash your feet and stay overnight, he said. But they said, "Oh no, we'll just stay out in the street." He said, and he pleaded with them to come to his house. So they did. When those two men, they had hardly gotten in the house before these wicked men of Sodom from all over the city, not just men, people of all ages, they surrounded his house. They pounded on the door. "Let us have these men. We want to beat them up." And so Lot went out the door and he said, "Don't talk so wickedly. These two men are under my roof, and I want to give them something to eat and have them stay overnight. Don't do so wickedly." They said, "All right, if we can't get them, we'll get you." And he started yanking Lot right out the door. And these two men who were really angels reached out and just pulled Lot in and locked the door, and they smote these people with blindness. So they were trying all the night to get in. "Let me in, where's the door? I can't find the door, I can't find the door." And they didn't find the door. Well then, we do not have any idea of how wicked this city was, and I'm not even going to try to tell you. But it is terrible to go against what God says, and this is just what these people were doing. They were disobeying God. So as it got to be towards morning, these two angels said, "You go to Lot, you go warn your sons-in-law, sons, daughters, everybody in your family to get out of here, because God is going to destroy this place. Its wickedness is so terrible." So Lot went to their houses, and it seemed like at his son one of his sons-in-law's houses anyway. They were having a party, and he said, be sure and leave this city because God is going to destroy it. And he said, oh, you're cracked. Whoever told you that God was going to destroy this city? Come on with the party, kids. Don't pay any attention to him. And his other relatives were the same way. They just acted like he was crazy. Didn't pay any attention to him. So when morning came, the angels said to Lot and his wife and his 2 daughters, get out of here. We can't do a thing until you leave this place, because we are going to destroy this city. So Lot, one angel took Lot and his wife by the hand, the other angel took the 2 daughters, or vice versa. They all went, and they all ran out of the city. But the angels warned them, don't look back. Be sure and do not look back. But what mother would not look back? I really feel a little compassion for Lot's wife to leave her children there, because she did look back. And you know what happened to her? She turned into a pillar of salt. And so all that was left was Lot and his 2 daughters. And we know from some of the things that Lot and his family did that some of Sodom had rubbed off on them. Sad as it was to say, although Lot was called righteous Lot, he was not righteous in all his ways. It was only because he believed God and obeyed in that particular thing. And so, boys and girls, how is it with you tonight? Are you going to obey God and his angels? Are you going to disobey God and maybe have some terrible thing come upon you because you didn't listen? May God help you to really listen to God, because otherwise you have to face his judgment.